Alrighty, guys and gals. Where are my glasses? Just a quick check-in update here. Um, I am so far behind on comments again. I feel like I just did the King reads comments, but I have over 100, I think. I love the fact that I get so many comments. Um, I feel fortunate to have them because it really helps the channel grow, the algorithm, and all of that. Um, I just I know the schedule has kind of changed a little bit. The troll priest and the human warrior. Still have the characters obviously, but you haven't seen a video. It feels like in 2 weeks, I think. But it's just because simply not been. I've not had the time to record. I've just had to kind of pick and choose, and I've just sort of. We've had the naked warrior, and the Iron Man the longest. So I've just chosen to keep doing those. They're the priest and the warrior will be coming back. Um, but I've also started the next Fright Night series, which I'm loving. It's Amnesia the Bunker, real creepy, scary game. And we're starting a new game on the channel because I promised we were going to do that. And I got to be honest, I need it. I need something different and just kind of chill, take a little break from World of Warcraft. There's a lot that we're doing. So the new game, I put a little teaser out on the channel if anybody's interested in it. It's Tomb Raider: Rise of the Shadow. I think I was gifted these games. I'm not sure. I can probably check to find out for sure, but we're going to start that, and I'm just going to work it into the schedule. For right now, the Fright Night series, they're going to be coming out on Mondays and Fridays. So there was one yesterday, and there'll be one this Friday as well. It's a pretty short game, from my understanding, 6 to 8 hours. So it's only going to be 6 to 8 episodes, more than likely. And then we'll get into. I'm going to play Silent Hill 2 remake. I'm just going to bite the bullet and buy it. It's $70. It's more than I want to pay for a video game. It really is, but I don't like making promises and then not, going through with it. Um, so not to get too personal, or I'm trying not to do that anymore on the channel because I made the mistake of voicing my opinion about somebody in office here in the United States, and I got crucified by several people. Hate speech, you name it. In fact, I ended up having to take 2 videos down. YouTube paused one of them, and I had to take another one down because I just couldn't handle how much hate that I was getting, simply because, I have a different opinion than somebody. Lesson learned. um, anyway, it's still kind of with me. I take things very personal. That's my fault. That's my problem. I internalize um, way, way too much. And anyway, the last 2 weeks have been rough for me. I've had a lot of, um, I've had to go like outside the apartment. And as anybody who's watched the channel for a while knows, maybe you don't, I've got severe social anxieties. That's the best way I can put it. It's borderline agoraphobia. Being around people is something that's very, very difficult for me to do, especially a new place. And I had like 3 doctor's appointments um, last week, and I've got more coming up. So it was just this overwhelming. Um, all of that was going on. The comments with the channel, and I got behind again. So now what's happening to me is I've not even looked at comments since I did the King reads comments, the last one. and I have a lot of them. And I got to be honest, I'm so filled with anxiety about what I might see, and that's one of the reasons I haven't been able to keep up. I just want you guys and gals to know that I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you watching, no matter how long you watch. If it's 5 seconds, if you're watching the whole video, if you're somebody who likes the videos, and especially my people who have chosen to subscribe and comment. I have some regular commenters in it. It's wonderful. That's not what I'm anxious about. I'm anxious about, it's hard to explain. It's just like I have this fear. It's like this phobia. And I got to be honest, I've sort of always had that with my YouTube channel. But I'm just going through a rough patch right now, I guess is the best way to word it. So I just wanted to say I will get to those comments. I'm going to probably just do another King Reads comments. It might be a while. I can't wait too long because it can take 2 hours to go through 100 comments because I read them when I do the King Reads comments. If I sit here and respond, it can take not quite that long, but it can take a solid hour too. And when I do it, it's usually something I'll just dedicate myself. I'll just sit down and do it. But I've been having so much panic about it and anxiety and worry that I've just not been able to do it. There's a lot going on, and a lot going on in my personal life too. I just have a lot of stuff happening, and I'm out of my depth. That's for sure. And I'm trying to like process and all of this, doing the best I can. So I guess that's it. I just wanted to kind of touch base. Every once in a while, well, not so much anymore, but so I have another YouTube channel. There's a link to it on this channel. I've talked about it before. It's just a hobby. I mean, this is what this channel is to me, too, is a hobby, but this is starting to cross over. This is full time. What I do here is pretty much full time. The other channel, it's just my name, Eric Hudnall. There's a link to it. It's just a music channel, and I've had it for 20 years, I think, probably. Ever since YouTube was a thing. Was it 2004 or something like that? All it is music that I like. It's usually like emotional, or it's connected with me some way, or represents a really difficult time I went through. So songs that I enjoy. And what I do is I just make like cheesy videos myself, and they can range from just still images on the screen to like time lapse or video footage that I find in the public domain that have no like copyright attached to it. There's all kinds of stuff like that. But I used to post quite a bit over there, and there's a lot of videos that I've actually deleted. But I watched this movie the other night. It's called Number 24. It's based on a true story. It's an incredible story. But the end of it just got me. It hit pretty hard. And they chose a really emotional song to go with the ending. And I just sat and listened to the song, and I was like just in tears, right? That's what music does to me. It like moves me. That's the kind of music that I enjoy. This is why I'm not really into like pop music and dance music, because I don't dance, but I just like music that's lyrically moving and sounds emotionally moving to me. That's music. I know that's not for everybody, so the channel might not be for you. But anyway, I found out what the song was, and I spent about 30 minutes, well, probably about an hour, and I just made a quick little video of it with images that it's like time-lapse footage that moved me. And I spliced it together. I do editing. I cut out stuff I don't like. I change the speed, and I try to sync it up to changes in the song if there are any. And I just put it out on this channel. It's on my other channel too, but I just randomly put it out on this channel. It was a pretty emotional state last night, so I just kind of released it. So if you're wondering like what the hell that was, that's all it was. If you're into chill music, like that was a really chill emotional song. I like stuff like that, but also a little bit more upbeat. But if you just want something to listen to, um, I can actually, I mean, I'm not trying to plug myself here. I don't, like to do that, but I do. The joy of music is something I love sharing. Um, I'm always open to new music, but I just want to show you here. Let me just share my screen. Whoops, that's not me. Oh, I got to go to my channel. Sorry, I haven't been here. I mean, not the way that I'm going right now. Okay, so I'll just share my desktop here. Here we go. So this is my music channel. I've had it for a long time. I actually just realized I have like the same amount of subs here. So there's only 108 videos here. Some of them are surprisingly very, very popular that I've done. Some of them not so much. This is my most popular video, and it's like one of my least favorite videos I've ever done. It's got over 1 million views. 13 years ago, I did this video, and it's just like still images. People enjoy this Dave Matthews song, Don't Drink the Water. This I love. Freya Ridings, Lost Without You. This is such a beautiful performance. Unbelievable. But anyway, if, like I said, if you just want to put something on the background, you can go to playlists. And I don't know why I have two different ones here. Oh, these are stuff I've liked. So I only have 61 videos in this, or songs, but if you're interested, that is my channel. I just kind of wanted to point that out because people might be like, why is this on a, on a gaming channel? I don't really know why. But yeah, I hope you guys and gals are doing well. I really do. I'm trying to get like emotionally better. And so I've been on and off the webcam, depending on the day, depending on how I'm feeling, super self-conscious, all kinds of stuff going on there. And hopefully I can get back onto the schedule. What I'm probably going to end up doing, because 3 videos is rough to do, it's hard to keep on top of. What I'm probably going to end up doing is just alternating. Instead of every day with the Naked Warrior and the Iron Man challenge, just alternate them. So I'll do, that way I can squeeze the Priest in there, which we're healing on. I miss that. And then the Self-Found Warrior, just like alternate this stuff. I'm not sure about the timeline for the Tomb Raider. I'm not sure when I'm going to release that or how often. But you should see the first episode, hopefully next couple of days here, I think should come out. And I'll probably end up releasing that twice a week too. We'll see what happens there. If I find a game that I really enjoy, sometimes it's hard for me to like stop playing it. But we'll see. That happened with Mines of Moria, or Return to Moria, the game I was playing. I got so into it, I literally recorded like 2 or 3 weeks worth of videos over the course of like 3 days and slowly release them. And that's not a good way to do it, because the problem when you do that as a YouTuber is you release something and somebody who's into the game or knows, like, hey man, this is what you need to do this. Like, they'll give me a great tip. But in the video series, like, I see it when they leave the comment, but they don't see any reaction from me for 3 weeks because of the way the videos come out. It's not ideal. So, yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know, why I've, been a little, if my mood seems different, less energy at this, I just have some stuff going on. And that's why the schedule is off. Comment if you like commenting. I will get to them. Like I said, it's something I mostly enjoy. Right now, at this point in my life, it's more anxiety provoking than anything else. I mean, I know if I went in there into my YouTube studio, into the comments, and just started doing it, it would be okay. I mean, I think it would. But I've just been avoiding it. That's not a good coping strategy for anything in your life. trying to avoid something, right? You need to kind of deal with stuff and face it and figure out a way to handle it or process it. So that's something I'm not doing right now. So anyway, I guess that's it. Again, I appreciate your support. I really do. It was fun. Finally, we hit another milestone here on the channel. What are we doing here? Let me switch accounts. Yeah, we went over 3,000 subscribers. We're up to 3.12, which is mind-boggling to me. It really is. It's so many videos. We're coming up on 4 years here. I have 3,600 videos. It's a lot, isn't it? Anyway, I just want to thank you for your support. I'm going to really do my best to not, I can have my own opinions and things. I've talked about this before, but I need to recognize boundaries and lines. It's one thing to have an opinion about a book or a movie or a song. Things you don't touch, I would not recommend. Politics and religion, just don't. Just don't go there. It doesn't even matter you don't even have to be talking about politics. You can be talking about somebody as a person, like things they've said or decisions they've blah, blah, blah. Just don't do it. Don't go there. But anyway, what a horrible video. I never plan. I don't write anything. It's not like I have a teleprompter. You guys like, yeah, no shit. I just start talking and try to, talk about what I want to talk about in the video. But that's what's going on with me, guys. I may or may not be starting a new medication. So I have high blood pressure. A lot of you probably know that. And I'm on a new medication, and it's actually helped quite a bit. I have a follow-up appointment coming up next week. So my blood pressure was dangerous for years. The top number could be over 200. And that bottom number, double what the bottom number is supposed to be, like insane numbers. Now it's down. I've been monitoring it. It's still high, but it's like 140 through that range, the top number, and 80s to 90 on the bottom number. So still high, but better. But I did speak to, so based on the doctor's appointment I had for my blood pressure medicine, this woman saw how visibly nervous. Okay, that's the best way I can describe it. I get shaky. I tremble. It's nuts. It's PTSD symptoms. It is what happens to me. And it was a nightmare. It was a mess. And so she recommended, she was very kind, but she recommended I see a psychiatrist to manage medicine. I'm not on medicine for depression or anxiety or anything like that. And I know I probably need to be. So that happened last week, and I have a prescription waiting. It's actually just got notification that there was a problem with it getting it filled, but it's finally worked out. I'm able to go pick it up. There's a chance I might start it. I don't know. I've got weird feelings about putting stuff into my body. I don't like the idea of toxifying my body, but what I have to kind of realize is, for instance, my blood pressure medicine. I don't like taking it, but I have to think about my life, right? My health. So yeah, there's trade-offs from taking medicine, but what's the end goal? What are we trying to do? You're trying to save my life, because high blood pressure will kill you. It can damage your organs, your brain, your liver, heart, all kinds of stuff associated with high blood pressure, especially really high blood pressure. So I have to think about the same thing with like an antidepressant, like Zoloft is what I'm going to be taking. I think it's called sertraline is the generic version of it. I have to think of my brain as something that needs to be healed, right? So it potentially could help me out. So that's what I'm trying to swallow, and I was on antidepressants for a long time in the early 2000s when Zoloft like exploded, and I was on it for a couple years. This was back when I was married. And I did notice a difference back then, and my wife at the time noticed a difference too. The problem is that I was a completely different person than I am now. I mean, for the most part, my this anxiety it was manifested in a different way back then. I was just very angry, and I was confused. I didn't understand. I hadn't processed things that had happened to me when I was small that gave me these PTSD symptoms. Um, so I'm not sure what I'm trying to say there, but it's a little bit different now. I'm no longer like that, angry and all of that. Instead, it's like I've traded it off for this severe self-doubt and you beating yourself up, low self-esteem, thinking I'm like this hideous monster, things like that. You internalize, and that manifests itself in many different ways. But the point is to all of this rambling nonsense is I might start taking this medicine. And I do know about the side effects. There's the ones that I remember, I would give you stomach problems, and other things that don't line up with being in a relationship. If you're a man, you probably know. That's a common side effect. But, whatever. But anyway, I guess the point is, if I start taking the medicine, we'll see what happens because it can take several weeks for it to saturate. But maybe I'll be able to tell a difference, and maybe you guys will be able to tell a difference. Like if I'm here like a zombie or something, bring the old Eric back or whatever. We want the crazy lunatic, right? Maybe we do that. I don't know. Anyway, I always kind of use the King's Room here as a way to not only connect with you and talk to you directly. It's also helpful for me to just say things like this out loud because I don't really have anybody else to talk about this. I mean, that's not 100% true. I've recently started dating again, really recently. This is a woman I've known for just over a year, and we dated for several months, and then I broke off with her because I just didn't feel like I'm good enough, right? All that shit. But we remained really, really good friends. But recently we just started dating again. So I do have her in my life now as a way to talk. But, talking about personal things is not always easy to do. For some reason, sitting right here in front of this camera, except for the first month or so as a YouTuber, those are the worst videos ever, the early ones I put out. But once I kind of got comfortable sitting here and speaking, I've said this so many times, it's been like this weird therapy for me, the narration. And this is why I've gotten myself into trouble by saying too much, because I think I just get too comfortable and I feel like I'm just talking to a friend of mine. I know that might sound strange to you, but that's a little bit like what it is. It's just once I start narrating about the game, I mean, I try. Hopefully 90% of what I'm saying is about the game we're playing, but, I'm a human being and I'm not a fucking robot. As I've heard other people say, stick 100% to the game. That's just not my personality, and it's never going to be, so I'm not going to try to do that. I'm going to do, I'm focused on the game, but I like to bring humor into it and have a good time and have fun because that's what video games are all about. But I think this is why being a little bit too comfortable doing something, the tongue gets a little bit loose and you might say, whatever. So I'm going to try not to do that. Oh my gosh, let's end this video. Anyway, that's why I've not responded to comments. You've not seen any responses. I'm going to do my best to take care of that soon and go through those comments. If I can just have a day where I feel brave enough to do it, as ridiculous as that sounds. So anyway, again, thank you for your wonderful support. Seriously, especially a big thank you to people who have chosen to subscribe to the channel. It's free to do. It helps me reach more people, which is nerve-wracking to me in and of itself. But I am trying to make a living doing this, and it is very, very difficult to do. Very hard to do. I make enough right now to pay most of a bill once a month is the way it works out. And I'm so thankful for that. And that is really honestly because of my channel members who have chosen, they go above and beyond. They hit the join button and they have chosen to become a channel member. There's 3 tiers. What is it, guys? It's based on jiu-jitsu belts. So there's blue belts, brown belts, and black belts, which isn't necessarily the order. It should be purple. And it might be purple. Jiu-jitsu belts are blue, purple, brown, black. But there's 3 tiers. I think it's $3, $5, $10. You guys would probably know. That little bit of money from you helps me pay this internet bill, which is my most expensive bill. I have the highest speed internet I can get here. It's not fiber, but it's like 1,200 megabit downloads, and it's up to 40 upload, which I absolutely need to make my life easier here. But a huge, huge thank you to my channel members. You guys are listed at the end of this video. Thank you so much for doing that. I love you for doing it. That's it for me. You guys and gals take care. I'll see you in a future episode of something. Peace.